Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Story Foundry episode number 2. A place where we unlock the power of narrative to transform your brand and skyrocket your business. So, welcome once again, everyone. Today, we are diving into what is the art of storytelling. We'll understand why is it called the art of storytelling and why is it essential to build your brand and grow your business. Let's break down this myth. First of all, do you know how to tell a story that sticks? Because let's face it, storytelling isn't just for writers or filmmakers, but instead, it's for someone who wants to connect, inspire, or even leave a mark. Now, let's understand why is it called the art of storytelling. Let's break down this term, storytelling. So, let's assume you're gone and we are watching a movie in a theater, and you're so engrossed in the movie that you sit down for around 3 hours, and once you come back you are like all gaga that yes, this movie was really good. Well, that movie is nothing but a storytelling of the script which is written by a script writer. Now, this is what the story is. The story is the script, and the telling is how that information is being conveyed in a manner. It could be in the form of movie. It could be in the form of content. It could be in the form of a document. So that's where storytelling comes into the picture. So a director who has worked on the telling part, who has made you sit for long hours, is doing the telling of the story. He could be a script writer himself, but generally script writer is someone who is a writer and who has written the story. And why is it called the art of storytelling? So any creative expression is art, whether it is music, dance, art, drawing, painting, they are all art because it involves creative expression. Same goes with storytelling. It involves creative expression. How that information is being conveyed is the art, whether it is movie, long form content, just a video, or an ad. It all depends how it is being conveyed. That is where messaging comes into the picture. A clear and defined message will hook your audience for longer hours and will prompt them for the action. Let me relate this with an example. But yes, once we understand what is storytelling, I would rather put it across like this, that storytelling is a process, or rather than a creative system. So basically how to organize what to say. Now coming to the example, this is one of the moments wherein I realized that storytelling has changed everything. A few years ago, I was working with a client who was struggling to connect with her audiences. Their message was clear, it was logical and well structured. Yet, their engagement was close to zero. And they kept asking me, Raman, why isn't our content resonating? Then that's when I realized and introduced storytelling. Instead of listing facts, we crafted a compelling narrative, one that spoke directly to their audience's struggles, desires, and emotions. And the results? They got more engagement, more conversions, and ultimately more business. So we need to understand that there is a difference between storytelling and conveying information. Conveying information is nothing but just making your audience aware of some of the facts, figures, data, and representing it in the form of informational manner. But storytelling is wherein you are introducing some characters. There must be a hero of the story, which is generally the customer. We'll understand that later, the hero's journey. And there would be some metaphors, some analogies of certain examples which relates to your business, some case studies, and how your audience would relate to that. So, storytelling, yes, one more thing. Storytelling also involves emotions. Whereas conveying information, it does not involve emotions. It just conveys information. So I would say storytelling is more or less a bridge between your brand and its audience. And remember, if your content isn't working, ask yourself, are you informing or are you connecting? Make sense? Yes. Let's move further. Times I've seen people chase engagement just by looking at the engagement, and they just work on the optimizing of the views, but they actually forget that this is just a short term goal, seeing your posts, getting more likes, and then getting off that high to get that dopamine rush. But your end goal should be to get more business. This is not going to work if you are not working on the content which is relatable and connecting your audience and making them purchase or making them avail your services. This is where right messaging and compelling narrative comes into the picture. But before that, in fact, also comes the niche clarity. Niche clarity is again a process in which people are struggling to narrow down their niche. Let me just share this with an example again. I couple of days ago I met one doctor. So she's a physiotherapist, and she walked up to me to review her landing pages and generate a revenue model for her online. So probably that I will talk in the next episode. But once I asked her, what is your target audience, doctor? So she said, it's generic. I said, no, but since you are a physiotherapist, there must be someone who must be your specific target audience. So she was clueless. So what I did for her was, before creating her brand story, I sat with her, did couple of sessions on niche clarity. This is where we narrow down her niche, and I understood from her experience and her clients' testimonials and her expertise that her niche was spine and back. And she was treating more patients which relates to spine, neck and back pain. Basically, she was targeting working professionals who sit longer hours in front of computer. So that is where we niche down her business strategy and started working on the target audiences based on her business. So I'm doing a niche clarity workshop in my upcoming days. And if you like to join in, I'll just share the link of my WhatsApp group. You can join in and you'll get the details about that niche clarity workshop, wherein we understand one-on-one what is your niche and what are your target audience. Once you have clarified that niche, it becomes easy for you to build a brand message. So, in case you are looking forward to build a brand strategy for you, a niche clarity for you, drop me an email on the below address or connect with me on LinkedIn, and I will connect with you one-on-one. Till then, let's wait for the next episode to learn more about storytelling and some strategies which can help you grow your business. Thank you so much.